all.
No, it's not. Bonnie Britton?
Yeah,
That's who it was?
that's who it was.
Fascinating. Welcome to another episode of Good Time Boys with me and my man Jeremy.
Hey, how's it going? We're the Good Time Boys. And we read a lot of comics and had a good time reading them.
Absolutely. It's a little bit different this week. Behind the curtain, we usually have Glizzy Queen, Adriana, but she has been shipped off to Dallas-Fort Worth on a secret mission, was it?
Yes, she was on assignment.
Excellent. Should return with the heads of our enemies, hopefully in the next 3 or 4 days. But for now, we're stuck with legendary DJ Matthew Dunn, who is a great friend of the store and an absolute stunner of a gentleman. Thank you very much, Matt. And thank you for filling in for that no good Adriana.
We will try to make this as painless as possible. And this week, that should be pretty easy because there's a lot of pretty fun comics to talk about.
It's a good week.
But before we get on to this week's comics, I know you were busy last week.
I was.
And there's a book you wanted to talk about before we moved on to new business.
I don't remember what I was doing last week. That's a nasty glare on that. Is that okay? Should I put something underneath the edge of it? Is that okay? That'll also tell us where to put it.
Less of a glare.
Sorry, everybody. Technicalities.
We are consummate professionals.
That's okay. I'm not going to worry over that. Everybody, you know what it is. This is Shaolin Cowboy. See, look. Shaolin Cowboy issue number 2 of the Staying AI Live story. This is another legendary book by Jeff Darrow, and we're both fans.
Very much.
You could say that. I don't have his sketchbook, but I've been searching for it for many, many years. I have a short list of artists that I'd like to get an actual, even if it's just a print, a signed print, anything, or a hand sketch or anything. A couple of years ago, Terry McPherson, probably my top favorite artist, was at Bedrock Comics a couple of years ago, doing some signings and things like that. We got prints. I got a Wonder Woman statue of hers, and she signed it. And my wife did got her to do a little sketch and everything. I would love anything signed by Jeff Darrow. So, what a wonderful world that would be if I could hang that on my wall someday. Anyway, this guy is incredible. This really, my favorite book of the week, last week again, and this feels so much like his old stuff. He's got a definite style and a definite plan to his madness, but this specifically feels a lot like Hard Boiled, which was probably the book that really set me on my path of, oh wow, there is other things besides capes and spandex.
Visually, this is 100% hard-boiled. The plot of this issue particularly really reminded me of an infamous scene in Preacher when Jesse has encountered his first batch of white supremacists.
Yes.
And wonders out loud why that one guy doesn't have a chin. The ignorant rednecks that the Shaolin Cowboy accosts in this issue, or is accosted by, have a very similar tone to those Garth Ennis yahoos.
Yeah.
And so they deserve every bit of violence that they have coming. Each page more beautifully rendered than the last. The detail is just nobody has the storytelling visual chops that Jeff Darrow, but nobody has this level of detail in their art either.
There are literally, and this isn't a ultra violent book, but it's not ultra violent just for its own sake. The story here is really, really well done. He's telling a message here, and it punches you right in the face, and I love it. The jokes that he hides within each frame, there are hundreds of jokes in these. I did a quick scan and stopped at about 100 on the tiny little bits and pieces that he throws in there just as throwaway things to kind of
it's like
telling the message.
You've got kids. You know those Richard Scarry books?
Oh yeah.
It's like that, but with blood and guts.
Wow, you really blew my mind.
Where it's like, if you look really closely, there's the little worm driving his little car shaped like an apple. It's that kind of a book.
I think I'm gonna have Jeff Darrow draw that and sign it, and then I could just retire. I didn't need any other objects. Anyway, this is perfect book. It's absolutely perfect. The message is perfect. Everything about it is perfect. Please don't sleep on this book. It's incredible, incredible, incredible. 2 issues to go. I think these are usually just in 4 issue arcs. So please pick it up, and he'll put it in a trade too. But it's nice to get the single issues.
So that was one of the best books from last week for
Yes.
sure.
Back to this week.
Well, I guess let's start
it up.
We'll start with Absolute Green Arrow #4.
I got it as well. Same cover.
Dude, the body horror. Solomon Grundy.
Yeah, for you
is-
you guys keeping track of traditional DC characters, you can check off Solomon Grundy. He showed up in this one.
Born on a Monday. I don't remember the whole rhyme. I know he
We had unlimited access to
it's like
all
he took
information.
ill on a Friday, died on a Saturday, buried on a Sunday. But I don't remember the middle part. I know at one point he gets married.
Stop talking for a second.
All right.
That's okay. Jeremy, stop it. Computer internet, please tell me the rhyme of Solomon Grundy. Got it.
That was the longest I've ever stayed quiet in my life.
Solomon Grundy, you had it born on a Monday, christened on Tuesday, married on Wednesday, took ill on Thursday, worse on Friday, died on Saturday, buried on Sunday. This is the end of Solomon Grundy. Not the case, though.
And then on Wednesday, he karate fought Black Canary as she shot him in the face.
Several times. And other places as well, not just the face.
And that's like the first 2 pages. The book gets gnarlier from there.
If you this book catches me off guard repeatedly. Of all the Absolute books, this one, save maybe Absolute Martian Manhunter, because that was just brilliant mind fudgery. This, I did not anticipate anything like this from a Green Arrow book, and it's so cool.
DC has so much weird mad science corners of its universe,
Mhm.
and overtly tying stuff together here that's more isolated in the mainstream DCU has really worked.
It really is. The writing is genius here. It feels like they spent so much time weaving all this together.
Yeah.
This just got pushed to an additional 6 issues. It was going to be 6, and now it's at 12.
And I can't wait to see it. This is the rare book that I'm still actually paying money for instead of just reading on the clock.
It's wonderful. Absolutely
definitely
wonderful.
one of the best books of the week.
It's shocking, alarming. Stuff happens. You're not going to believe it. They've still got mysteries that I am freaking out over. I cannot figure out. I've scoured the internet to good answers, and I don't have them yet.
So what do you got for us, Matt?
Oh, let's see what I've got. A couple of indies, a couple of Marvels, and I'm just going to mow through my DC comics real quick because there's a light DC week for me, which is kind of weird. First up, Lobo versus the Tooth Fairy.
So, science has proven that the best Lobo comic appearance is the Lobo Paramilitary Christmas Special, where he is hired by a conglomeration of all the other holiday mascots to do a hit on Santa Claus,
who's a canon DC character.
Yes, he's teamed up with Batman and Superman. Everyone knows Santa, but he's gotten too big for his britches. So Loba goes to the pole, to Santa's workshop, to have a knife fight with him. And it is one of the most gonzo comics of the early 1990s.
They could have stopped, not just Lobo comics in general at that point, and everybody would have said, all right, we had a good run, everybody.
Yeah, we peaked. This is it. But this issue, I'm glad they didn't.
Me too.
Because this issue is the sequel to that. Lobo going up against the Tooth Fairy has direct shout outs to the classic paramilitary Christmas special from back in the day.
This is so fun.
But also references to like Lobo's back, the whole story where he was shot and killed by Brother Feces and ascended to heaven and then got kicked out of heaven. If you've been a long-time Lobo reader, there's stuff in here for you. If you've never read Lobo before, this is Looney Tunes with guns. There's even a moment, if you flip a couple pages, where Lobo has gone to hell and he runs into his buddy Constantine and bums the smoke from him.
That one's for you, Glizzy Queen.
So this scene made me think of the "Morning Sam, Morning Ralph" moments from the Looney Tunes cartoons, where they're
This
just like the sheepdog and the wolf are
uh-huh,
checking
uh-huh.
in at work. It's that scene, but with Lobo and Constantine running into each other in
I
hell.
love it. This is giving me strong Jeff Darrow vibes again.
Yeah,
Look at
because
all
there's
this
so many
background
little.
stuff. This is incredible.
Yeah, there's Ragman hanging out with
Oh
Etrigan.
my God, I love Ragman.
Yeah,
Waff Hell Home. This is what so fun, so fun. This is incredible. Don't let your children read this book. Don't let your children even know you have this book. They'll
unless your
find
children
it.
are cool.
That's true.
I mean, kids are cool, right?
You know what? I'm backing up on that. Give this book to your kids. This is a good book to give to your kids.
Yeah, the younger the better.
This is so fun. I mean, this is issue number 6 of one of the Next Level books. I think he was in the first run, right? He was the
Yeah,
first push out of the Next Level characters. This is just great. This is just great. This is funny,
yeah.
hilarious.
There's an overarching plot, but if you just jump in to read this issue, you get a self-contained story.
Yeah. And it gives a little bit about what's going on at the very end, which we can't show you
That's after the staple.
exactly. But there is some secret stuff coming up. Pay attention, everybody. Oh.
Avengers Armageddon was
Oh,
this week.
I got the same one.
So we were talking earlier
Yeah.
about
I'm loosely reading this. I love the visuals. I love the things that are going on. Hate that.
well, he lost the mustache in the most recent issues of Fantastic Four. So his Hogan stash will be gone soon.
Hopefully.
And then it'll be just a way to hilariously date what era the stories are taking place in flashback, like
Right.
when they draw Iron Man to have a nose on the suit of armor.
I was there.
So this issue, um, we were talking about the big fight between the Red Hulk and the Avengers, and what exactly is happening plot wise in this issue. And more than anything else, it reminds me of Superman 4: A Quest for Peace.
And when he mentioned that to me, I was like, oh yeah. And that was not wonderful.
Yeah, no, it's a bad movie. It was released by the Cannon Group, so you know it was quality. Uh, but the basic plot of that movie was predicated on Superman rounding up all the nuclear weapons and chucking them into the sun.
And it was in a giant net, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he just like, well, 'cause, I mean, that's just science. I mean, how else would you do it?
I know.
Um,
It's true. It's true.
but this issue is all about why it's a bad idea for a superhero to take all of the nuclear weapons and put them in a net and throw them into the sun. What if you miss a couple?
Yep.
And so this issue, it's Zdarsky. The dialogue is snappy. Um,
And you can't go wrong with this. It's just incredible.
yeah, there is a Wolverine fight scene in here. We are racking our
Oh.
brains. Neither of us remember this particular thing ever being done to Logan before.
Right. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool. I went back and tried to figure it out a couple times. Very fun. I got one more super fun book. Then I'm going to go into kind of some weird stuff.
Such a great cover.
World's Finest. This issue. This is the Dan Mora cover. Issue number 54. Hell of a game. Wow. They don't do comics like this enough anymore. This is so fun. This is a one and done fun story that our heroes have been teleported to hell. The hell. H-E-double hell. And they're playing a baseball game. And this is not a metaphor. They're actually playing a baseball game. And it's just a silly, fun thing. It feels like it's from like 1962.
Very
And
much, yeah.
it's incredible. It's really, really neat. Of course, the bad guys are cheating. So everybody decides to cheat back except for Superman because he's a good guy.
The best
But
guy.
he's the best guy, but Batman's the one that says, hey, everybody, we got to cheat. And everybody says, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
This is just a blast.
It is a fun issue.
It's just a lot of fun. And
As fun as that was, Batwoman was equally good, but unfun. This issue is all about trauma.
Yeah, I saw that cover you were talking about.
Where her sister's just
I
the
couldn't.
running mascara, and she's been
Yes.
gut shot and is bleeding out,
Yeah.
and it just her eyes connect with the such a great cover.
It really was.
So
I mean, as far as something like that goes.
um, Batwoman is not okay. The climactic battle with her identical twin sister slash archenemy Beth uh, has resulted in her sister plummeting to her death, and she's now just completely nonverbal. What makes this issue great for me is the concern and compassion that Bruce gives for his cousin. This is a this is the real Batman. This isn't the antisocial monster from the Snyderverse. This is a Batman who's driven by his fundamental care about people. You're not alone. You have people here, people who love you right here. We're going to get you help, he tells her.
Side note, this week we talked about this aspect of Batman, and now it has been glazed over for many, many years. But it is starting to come back out, and DC knows the value of that and the whole Bat family, and just how critical that is for a real Batman. And this is wonderful.
Yeah.
This book is a bit much, even for me, and it's very, very heavy. But to see this part of it is really good. It's really touching, and it's cements this as a real, genuine part of the Bat family, and I love it.
Right in the feels.
Mm-hmm.
What you got next?
I didn't read this. Did you read this?
Oh, I definitely
Go
read
ahead.
this.
Let's hear about this one. This was your pick of the week, right?
This is my pick of the week.
Okay.
So the issue largely revolves around Matt knowing that his best friend Foggy Nelson is coming back to New York and is in danger. He is a target of the same serial killer who gouged out the eyeballs of a policeman.
I'll be damned.
He's not wanting to use Foggy as bait. He feels really guilty about it. But
Daredevil got a devil.
there's a moment in here where he is.
Is it this ugly
Yeah.
chap? Oh,
Yeah. So
serial killers are always very unattractive, except for like Ted Bundy.
he was so dreamy.
Yeah, he was.
So yeah.
Dahmer's not too bad either. When you come to think about it, I may be wrong on that theory. Go ahead.
Well. I'm sorry. I'm still just a little overwhelmed by you declaring your love for Jeffrey Dahmer. But
I wouldn't. It wasn't. Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's something.
Well, he did have that lean runner's body.
Yeah, he sure did. They tore it out of his house, you know.
Well, I mean, you'd hope so. I mean, what sort of person would want to buy that house?
Somebody who has a real economic sense to get a good buy, I would
Yeah, I
guess.
suppose so. So back in this comic, Matt is completely overwhelmed by the villain that he's fighting.
Does this dude have powers?
It's complicated.
Okay.
He gives his explanation, his raison d'etre is all given in this issue, but it's mostly that Matt just can't predict him.
Okay.
It's like how the Joker confounds Batman's fighting skills.
I've seen this before. I like that. That's definitely a chink in Daredevil's armor.
But Matt crosses a serious line in this issue. Arguably, he sets the bad guy up to be shot by a cop.
That's a no.
Wow. Matt's not
really
entirely
like
sure. It's there's the guilt here of not knowing, did I let this happen because this was how I'm going to save Foggy? Is this a compromise I'm willing to make? Daredevil is best when the moral complexity is nothing but gray area. And this, while Matt doesn't take a life himself, he certainly doesn't save the guy either.
So he's definitely still Catholic.
Very much.
Okay.
What do you got?
I'm almost down to my. I just want to throw this one in real quick because I just like Star Wars. Echoes of the Empire. This is the renewal of Galaxy's Edge at down there at the Disneyland, And this is the comic book that's setting it all up for the big change to go from the new Star Wars to the old Star Wars. And it's very serviceable story about our Star Wars heroes.
Baby's first Star Wars.
I kind of like it just because it does remind me a little bit of the old 70s and 80s Marvel comics, just because
Yeah, well, because it's not made for old heads like us.
Right.
This is made for people who are getting into Star Wars now
Yes.
and need the information, need the help.
And I like that. I think
yeah.
that's fun. I've always been that. I don't like gatekeeper Star Wars fans.
No.
I want everybody to enjoy this, and this is the perfect book for kids like that. Man, if my kids know a little bit about Star Wars, but they're little, and if like we were to go to see this Galaxy's Edge place, I would buy these for them for sure, and just say, hey, read these guys. This is great. It gives them just enough info, sets up who the good guy is, who the bad guy is, and it's I love it. It's really fun.
It's all that book has to be.
I think it might be done. Yes, that was the last one, so it's all ready to check out. This is a lot of fun. I really loved it.
B. Clay Moore's latest Dispatch.
Oh yeah,
the diehard UPS driver.
This is cool.
This continues to be very rad.
Just an absolute.
I mean,
oops,
Ka-crow! Yeah, the violence really kicks off here, and they of course have it coming. This is the issue where the body count starts rising. Our UPS agent is thinning the herd, getting the civilians out of harm's way. We still don't really know much about him, but it'll be interesting to find out what happens next, because the bad guys are trying to find out who he is too.
This is so much like Die Hard that I would love to see this as an actual Die Hard movie. I wish that some Hollywood sleazeballs would read this and say, hey, let's market this as the next Die Hard. Just in the same universe kind of thing. Because it just gives that vibe so much that I think it would be a great way to kickstart that. Hey, Hollywood, you heard it here first. Call me. You've got my number. I want to be involved with this, the next Die Hard chapter, okay? If you do this without contacting me, I will sue your pants off. I have powerful lawyers. I know the Texas Hammer. So just all warnings, call me about this. Let's keep this civil, okay? Thank you. Next. Oh, what did you think of this? I read Lord.
Okay, so this was absolutely fantastic for a couple of reasons. Oni Press's continuation of the EC books continues with they've done horror, they've done sci-fi.
Yep.
We've gotten crime comics. We're finally dipping our toes into the war comics.
I had forgotten that they did books like this, and oh Lord, I wish I had just kept forgetting it. This is so much.
John Arcudi, who did an underrated run on Doom Patrol, has a really dark story called Scorched Earth.
Yeah.
These are all fantastic war stories that are equal parts war and horror. It's war is hell stories. And all the new content is spectacular. But, and it's a big but, this is worth the price of the cover alone. This is a reprint of Yellow, a war comic that they published back in the early 1950s. This was adapted into arguably the best episode of Tales from the Crypt in its third season on HBO. It's the one where Kirk Douglas plays the general, and Eric Douglas, his son and Michael Douglas's brother, plays the young soldier who's accused of cowardice. And this is a story about a nepo baby who's basically his father's a big shot in the military, so he's been trying to coast by a military career, but he's shown cowardice in the line of duty, and especially in World War I, that doesn't fly.
This is so cool.
Go ahead.
All high marks for all of it. Just like you said, this is brilliant. I wanted this to be, after I read it, I want more fanfare for this. This needs to be bigger than it was. It came out without any trumpets, without any shouting.
Yeah.
This is just brilliant.
Yellow is probably the best anti-war comic story I've ever read. And the entirety of Tales from the Crypt is now streaming on Tubi TV and Shudder.
There are so many good episodes of that.
Yeah, it's season 3 towards the end. I think it might be the final episode of the season. Dan Aykroyd is in it. Lance Hendrickson is in it. Uh,
Jeez,
Kirk Douglas, like I
that's a
mentioned before.
television program.
Fantastic episode.
Lordy,
So yeah, I absolutely loved that issue.
check that out. As far as these ECs go, there hasn't been a dud amongst them, and this is just a more brilliance.
So less realistic war, but awesome war was GI Joe 25. This does a couple things.
Uh-huh.
When the new series was launched, a lot of the rosters weren't settled into the normal, comfortable way that we're used to.
I can see one of those things
Yeah,
right
yeah.
on the cover.
Yeah, Baroness being a member of Duke's GI Joe team.
Uh-huh.
Well, this is all about getting Baroness away from GI Joe and introducing a Splinter Cell a team of GI Joe Night Force that is Flint's team. So a bunch of the Joes that haven't been part of the main narrative, Flint, Lady J, Roadblock, are trying to hunt down Baroness for a crime she has not committed. This issue would be a great jumping on point for a new reader, but it also just focuses up the stories that have been slowly percolating for the last couple of years of the GI Joe books and really like sets a fire underneath them. Really dug this issue.
Cool. I stopped reading this a while ago, so I'm gonna
Yeah,
pick that up again.
This is a good jumping back on point.
Nice.
Queen in Black #3 came out because that is a weekly book. Defenders of Light and Dark #2 came out. Important for fans of Cloak and Dagger. These characters get a bit of a redesign that I'm not sure how long it'll carry forward, but it'll at least be a part of this story arc.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. I'm a huge Cloak and Dagger fan. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Rick Leonardi, legend. Love all his stuff. This is definitely not that. It feels very
It feels like a video game.
like yeah, the redesign is
Yeah.
very video gamey, very Marvel Rivals kind of thing. But we talked about this. We are old heads. We have our version. I again am not trying to gatekeep that either. Let's get this stuff. As long as new Cloak and Dagger stories are being told, I support it 100%.
Absolutely.
Really, really happy about it. I have not read any of the Queen in Black. I've made the decision to kind of sit back and read it all at once, so I'm not familiar with all of it, but it looks really cool, and a lot of people are talking about it.
Yeah, because it's everything symbiote, plus it's everything Asgardian all at the same time.
Yeah.
Hela from the Norse mythology has taken over as the role from Null, the King in Black, and there has just been weird cosmic shenanigans.
I got 3 words for you: Fin, Fang, Foom.
Excelsior, my friend.
This looks fun.
No, it is absolutely fun. This is the book that is the side battles of the B-list characters. The main story is happening. Sorry. The main story is happening in Queen in Black.
Yeah.
The Defenders of Light and Dark is the supporting book.
Cool.
Also cool this week was the second issue of the new Lion Errant story arc from Solomon Kane. The artwork in here is just some of Patrick Zircher's coolest stuff in years.
This book is way better than I thought it would be.
Yeah. We get into a bunch of the cool Hindu demons in this issue. Solomon
Showing up
Kane is
in
a Puritan
several
himself.
Several different comics are dealing
Yeah.
with that right now.
Well, it's a huge mythology with like lots of great stories. Everything doesn't need to be the same couple of white dudes over and over again. And Solomon Kane is a character who traveled far and wide, so having him encountering various people across, as at the time India was still a British colony, but this is a book where he's an anti-hero, but he's still a man with a code, which I enjoy. As much as I have loved Garth Ennis Punisher comics, right now I need something that's a little bit more heroic. like that Superman that we were talking about, or well, honestly, any of the DC books that are happening right now.
Uh-huh.
And this is a book that is just heroic enough uh, to scratch that itch, but make no mistake about it, Solomon Kane is a hard man. What else you got?
I struggle with this next one. Bug Wars. This is the next Bug Wars
I know you
story.
loved the first volume.
I did love the first volume, and it felt good and tied up. And this is more of the same. I like it. It's a neat universe. It's a really neat universe. I love the concept of it. I don't know why. I think I was just happy with where it was. But I want to see
Yeah.
more of it. Where this goes.
I thought this was incredibly well executed, but I wish it had been like a new kid.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's it. Yeah,
just like how the Toy Story movies should have followed, like the kid that Andy gave the toys to, instead of him just being like, "No, I need all my toys back." Um,
yeah. Completely ruining the entire concept of it.
yeah, I think that this is very good if you hadn't read the first volume, and I think it's only good if you had read the
Yeah,
previous volume,
yeah.
because it feels like such a rehash.
Very much so.
It's
Very much.
um
It's beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful.